Let's see how this. Oh shit! Let's see how this plays. I have no clue. No clue how this game plays. Please pick a dark night. Make some hot coffee. What? What? What the hell is this game going to be? Difficult. Not familiar with hints. Lunatic. Just play normal. I have confidence in my abilities, but I also don't want to overshoot. Write your trouble down on a note. Hold it in your hand at midnight and pray. What is going on now? Then God will hear your plea and change your fate. It was only a legend, though. It's gone viral for a brief period of time. Except from... Oh, excerpt from... I kind of want to play all these other Xbox games I had. Okay. Who is this girl? My head hurts. My head hurts. Okay. It's a talking dog. And you are my dog? And are you my pet? There's you mean your dog? I'm your servant. Ooh! Servant. You could help me fetch the newspaper? You lost your memories? Lost my memories. You fell down the stairs yesterday, then you passed out. Thought you might have hit your head. Fell. My head doesn't hurt anymore. How about a quick test? Look at my eyes. What's my name? Fluffy? Fluffy my ass! You really did lose your memories. My name is Will. Sometimes I go by Willy. Willy? Willy Wonka? It's just Willy, I don't know, a chocolate factory. Also, don't you know that chocolate is dangerous for dogs? That is true. Oh wait, I'm not a dog. Oh boy. Listen to me carefully. I'm not a dog and you're not a human. It doesn't sound right. We are gods, okay? Nani? Yes, that's right, we're gods. How did you know what I was thinking right now? I'm a dog, of course. It is our job to change the fate of humans who asked us for help. Humans encounter all sorts of troubles in their lives and sometimes pray to us, hoping for miracles. They call. We can help them grant their wishes. It's up to you. Wait. Stop it. I don't understand what you're saying. You're not babbling. You're too slow. Come over here. Let's do some work. Okay. Don't lie to me because I've lost my memories. I'm not lying. In case you don't finish today's work, we won't have any dinner tonight. Fine. Okay. See that red box? That's a message from a human today. Alright. See what she's got herself. I want to go home. My name is Li Wen. I'm a senior at Yingnan High School. Today I went to my nearby tennis court to play tennis for the first time since I had moved to a new place. It's a poorly maintained court, so I guess hardly anyone uses it. The light over the tennis court maintained by some of the residents themselves. Kept making a buzzy noise. 1, 2, 3. I hit all 30 balls I had. I picked up an empty basket. Walked to the other side and collected all the balls. No one was on the court. I could hear the sound of my balls hitting the racket and bouncing off the ground. The bulb flickered twice and went out. I picked up most of the balls and left the court, walking toward the small alley I had walked through earlier on my way to the court. There's supposed to be a comma there. The alley was always dark no matter what time of day it was. I kept humming to myself quietly in my head to be less scared. I arrived at the apartment and suddenly realized that my keys were not in my pocket. I tried to think back. I must have left them at the tennis court. If the light hadn't gone out suddenly, I would have noticed if they were not on me. Well, this sucked. It was too late to go back to the court, not to mention that I might not be able to find the keys without any lights. A desk lamp was on in the manager's office, as was the radio, but nobody was there. I stood outside the window and waited for a long time, but Uncle's son, who was supposed to be on duty tonight, never showed up. The motion sensor lights in the hallway kept turning on and off every few minutes. I was beginning to feel a little scared. A late-night talk show was on. Hosts were talking about a popular urban legend that had been making the rounds at school. It said if you wrote a note to God in the middle of the night, God would solve all your problems for you. Gene was really into this stuff. Well, if God really exists, maybe he or she could help unlock the door for me? Or make Uncle's son come to the office soon? Please, please. Lee Wen. Okay. 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 It's Lee Wen. Oh my god, this is in Chinese. Okay. I want to go home. If the light had not gone out, okay? Okay. Well, do people always write to gods because they forgot their keys? Or, not always, no. The humans are exceptionally annoying. Ha ha ha! I see a lot more random nonsense, like, forget about why she asked us for help now. Let's take a look how we may help. Use this pen. We can slice the letter into several pieces. Now some of the pieces are black and some are white. To prevent logical chaos, some of the pieces cannot be moved. These pieces are designated black. Meanwhile, the white pieces can be moved anywhere. With one exception, no white pieces can go past the first or last piece. Now that you understand the limitations, feel free to move the white pieces around. Rearrange the white pieces, the events will... Okay. The ending of a letter will change. Oh, that's about it. Exactly. Is it straightforward? Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Can you do it? Go ahead, give it a try. Once you make your decision, hit OK. So the balance on the count. I picked up the balls left on the way to court. That's it? Oh, God. Okay. Being pitch black, I couldn't see in front of my face. Flashed through my head. Since I was too scared to turn and pick another longer way home. The detour was crowded, like street, full of people hanging out on the bars. And a lot of arcades were still open. I was planning to straight home and go to bed, but I saw the latest version of Stuffed Sir Spotty. That means the archive term is in the dictionary. It's a cartoon character cat by British artist Kevin Clifford. Great. Fortunately, it was not on sale. I had to get it out of the claw machine. I'm not very good at those. I spent almost all my cash on my hand. I didn't even come close. Miss, we're about to close. Please check your belongings. Don't leave anything behind. I let her head in this appointment. I noticed there was a bottle of some kind of drink on the counter that appeared out of nowhere. Perhaps somebody forgot it there. I picked it up and threw it in the trash on the way out. I got home and turned on the light. All the boxes had moved in 2 days. Were still lying over the floor. Tomorrow I'll unpack them. I'm too exhausted now. At least the shower felt great. I got a shower, climbed into bed, and immediately fell asleep. Good night. Okay. Because of what you did, now it's the alley that has a broken bulb instead of the tennis court. Therefore, the girl would not have left her keys in the dark in the tennis court. Even though it was only a tiny change, you have indeed changed her fate. More importantly, you might have change more than what we're seeing right now. The impact of this tiny event could last for a lifetime. Maybe influence her entire life. The chain reaction is called the butterfly effect in the human world. We still can't be certain how big the impact to her future is going to be. But keep in mind that our power has potentially dangerous side to it. We must never abuse it. I understand. Are we done with this letter? Done. Being a god is so easy. Did you hear ding ding now? That means a new letter for notification. Got it.
对不起。
对不起。
神，请帮帮我！
Oh gosh, you need help again? Let's see what this one. Sometimes we see multiple messages from two people at the same time. Why do humans have so many problems? In case like this, you start reading both messages in one breath before you start working on them. What are you doing? I'm trying to see how long I can hold my breath. It's just a metaphor. This hit had been 10 years. I'd been cursed since the incident. Every time I picked up my paintbrush, my mind would start tormenting me, wreaking havoc. For 10 years, I hadn't been able to paint anything. I was suffering, and I deserved it. By now, I had spent all my savings, yet I was still alive. A friend was kind enough to set me up with a teaching job at the high school. Teaching art class. I would start tomorrow. He wasn't particularly paid well, but for somebody who had been living without power, water, or heat in his apartment, it was like a burning pit of charcoal in the middle of a blizzard. I was really grateful to my friend. Ironically, I just bought myself some charcoal earlier. Thought I might be able to leave something worthwhile as a painter before I died. Yes, I wanted to make one of those final masterpieces. I set up my easel. 1 hour passed. 2 hours. 3 hours. I had to put down the brush. Even if I managed to paint something, how would it be different from all the other garbage in this room? It would just be another pile of soulless trash. Just like soulless has 2 L's? Poured coal into the basin and put it on the bedroom floor. Put my best clothes on. I carefully made my bed and lit the coals. I tried the doorknob, realizing that the doorknob was not lit. That was careless of me. I double-checked all the doors and windows, making sure they had been locked and sealed. Couldn't take any chances. I lay down in bed. All I could see was her face. Here I come, honey. Sorry for making you wait so long. Please take me away. And he's gonna kill himself. Great. Next letter. The apartment building I had just moved into was quite old. It didn't have an elevator. I clicked climb the stairs. It was it's already past midnight when I got home from tennis practice. I noticed something at the door. I walked the 4th hallway. Oh, was it a bouquet of roses? It's her spotty toy I'd seen in the arcade feed. Suddenly I had a feeling of anxiety. I'd been strange emails starting the day before yesterday. This was the first one. I've been watching you for a long time. Right back to me. Ugh. At first I thought someone had sent it home. Or it could be a random phishing email, so I didn't pay attention. Next day I received another one. Please write back to me. Whoever had written these emails seemed to think we knew each other. My cell phone suddenly buzzed in my pocket. We shall meet soon. Ooh. Or something. What? Could it be? Pull a chainsaw on me and cut me to pieces? Oh god, no. What an idiot! What an idiot! This girl's a paranoid wreck. What a piece of shit. She fucking... This fucking piece of shit. She flipped out. White pieces can be moved left and right. What? What? Help me. No matter how hard I knocked, nothing happened. I tried the doorknob and realized it wasn't locked. Okay, okay, so that's all I can do here. Okay! I'm ready. Please take me away. And then some... Oh shit, it's that... What was that noise? Damn it. Whoever made that noise. Excuse me for the intrusion. I sneaked into my neighbor's apartment. I wonder who would live in such a place. I shut the door behind me. Very loud noise. Still nobody responded. I suppose there really wasn't anybody home. I looked out from the peephole and held my breath. The thin old humpback man with empty plastic bottles. It was just Uncle Son, the manager. Phew. Sorry for the intrusion. Wenzel? Zauren. Okay. What does the yellow star mean? When you see yellow star, that means you have unlocked all the possible endings. The job is to help humans. No matter how many times we try, you'll never know. Well, I know you're asking me, but tell me else I don't know. Okay. Pick up my mail. The same dudes again? Somebody had ruined my plan, damn it. I sat up and realized I could barely stand. The room is spinning. I felt so nauseous. Just a little while longer and I would have seen her again. I lifted my foot to take a step. I tripped over an easel, the brushes and paint. I crouched down, slowly picked them up. It took me a while. I was full. Put out the fire, opened the window, stumbled upon my foot. Boom! I heard a deafening explosion. Is that a gas explosion? I saw a slender figure of somebody fall down in the fire before I passed out. When I woke up, the doctor told me there was a 17-year-old girl who had been sent to the hospital along with me. She hadn't made it. Unfortunately, however, I was still alive. Third-degree burns over right. I lost my right arm and I couldn't speak. I couldn't even do something as simple as to ask what the girl's name was. God, why? Why didn't you just kill me instead? This guy's such a bummer, dude. Okay. The room was completely dark. I put out the fire. She put out the fire. I stumbled upon the flashlight, pressed the button. I lift the easel. Took me a while. Okay. Some pieces are missing. The previous development led to a gas explosion. An object carried the falling action. Therefore, the white pieces disappeared. Usually pieces. This is not confined to... Again, it depends. Important thing is to think about why they might disappear. I see. Put out the fire. Bad. Retry. Is that right? I tried to take a deep breath, but I couldn't. Perhaps I'd spent too much time picking up those things. I found a girl lying. She had been poisoned too. I suddenly remembered the news about the people who had killed. I wanted to go back and call an ambulance. I couldn't breathe anymore. If I could at least open the door. I tried to reach the handle, but it seemed getting further away. Bad! Oh, you bitch. Let me try it again. It's gotta be this one. They just needed to be 3, 2, 1. They don't need to count down from 5. Jesus. Who's there? Press the button on the flashlight. Ah! I saw a shadow fall to the ground. I quickly turned my light around and saw there was a girl I had never met before. I checked to see if she was still breathing. She was. I remember a school picnic in my junior high. I had done the same thing to scare a girl in my class. She didn't faint, even though she had done it intentionally. Kids today are so weak. I carried the girl to my ventilator room, laid her down in my bed. You perv! And pulled the sheets over her. Went back to the living room, picked up my paintbrush, tried to remember her panicking face when she saw me. So I had a new feeling. A feeling that I could paint something special. What?! I just fell asleep with my brush in my hand, leaning against the wall. What a dickhole. Wow, that's so scary. I don't want to see anything like that again. Well, if you want to see it again, you can. You're not really reading a letter. Replay the review. I wonder what... we're just reading letters? Technically, we're receiving handwritten letters from humans. You could think of it as their manifestation of their will. That's why we include more than text if you're reading. Sometimes you'll see images of what they see or how they feel. That's really amazing. Okay. Whew. Remember that God, have I always been living here? And it's not too hard either. Oh, it's interesting. Orange texts are extremely important. When you see something in orange, you should slow down your reading. Which of the following words were hidden in the if you don't, you're likely to get stuck in it. Just kidding. Is it just kidding? What a weird game. Just go from the autosave. Oh shit. I'm going back through this old shit again. Truly important information. There you go. What? Enjoy. We receive two different people. We have to make the endings for different both. Simply achieving an S ending for one of them won't be good enough. In other words, you have to solve two people's problems at once. I see. Well, my name is Myth. Okay, cool. What a weird little game. Little Chinese game. What the hell? Robbery. Why didn't the car stop after hitting Papa? That's what I heard. Well, that's what the words I saw on screen. Sephiroth! That was Sephiroth? Girl and the dog. Will, a wonderful world. I got you. See what?
神，请帮帮我！
为什么会这样？
Jesus. Oh, are these two people?
Porque siempre me pasa esto.
부처님, 나도 좀 도와줘요.
Are these connected? Oh, these are two connected? Okay, let me... Oh, those are connected too? Fuck. My name's Jimmy. Today was my first day at Yingnan High School as a senior. I flew from Hong Kong to Beijing only a few days ago. On my first night, my suitcase, which held my laptop, hadn't arrived at the hotel. I was bored out of mind and decided to go down to the arcade to kill some time. There I saw a girl with long hair. Oh! This is the stalker, dude. She had come into the arcade with a basket of tennis balls, and she was sweating from head to toe. She wanted to get a Sir Spotty doll from the claw machine. I wanted to get it too, but earlier there had been a couple hogging the machine for a long time. Throughout my childhood, my father would always buy me anything I wanted. It was usually Game Boys, computers and stuff like that, nothing outrageous. So I never really understood the feeling of wanting something so badly but not being able to get it. I looked at her from a distance. I watched her fail and keep trying over and over again. Her expression looked so funny and so cute. It felt I felt a strange urge. I had gone to an all-boys school in Hong Kong, and I also wasn't someone who liked to go out that much. I'd never really met very many girls. I had never learned how to pick up girls. But today I felt different. I thought she was extremely cute, and I had a special feeling about her that I didn't really understand myself. I didn't want to miss this chance of getting to know her. I mustered all my courage and decided to get her attention. I wrote down my email address on the piece of paper, and then I bought a drink and quietly left the cup on the counter of the claw machine, with a note under the cup. Now I just needed to wait for her response. The first night I didn't get an email. It must have been too late. She would write me back the next day, I thought. The second day, all I got was junk mail. Third day, maybe she had lost the note by accident? Maybe she had washed it in the laundry? Maybe I could find out what her email was instead. All I needed to do was hack into the cashier system of the arcade, and I could get information on all the customers who had paid for tokens using mobile banking. What a freak, dude. But I think all guys go through this at some point. We don't realize what's deemed as creepy. As absurd as it sounds, like, yeah, it doesn't come across that way to us initially until we realize like how other people think, or particularly women, I guess. And I could get more than just her email address. I could get a real address too, and her bank accounts. I did it. I mustered all my courage once again and wrote her an email. Yet, maybe she didn't really use her email. I told my father I wanted to transfer to the school. It didn't really matter to him, and the school happened to be quite good too, so he agreed almost immediately. If he had known the truth, he would have slapped me in the face and called me a disgrace. I had also found out that she liked playing tennis, so of course I brought my oh, this guy's a little bit too. I finished reading all 42 volumes of the manga series, The Kid of Tennis. And I would have never thought that I would get the chance to partner with her in a doubles match on the first day of new school. I also had never realized that, well, everything in the manga was a lie. The only time I even touched the ball, I hit the referee. Oh crap, I suck so bad. She must hate me now. We ended up in a tiebreaker for the match. I had read about this in the manga. Basically, it was a quick way to decide the winner between both sides that had been evenly matched. If it wasn't for me, she would have already won easily. The ball was coming again, the fast one. It was flying towards my right side. I was so nervous that my hand was shaking uncontrollably, and I tried my best to hold the racket as steady as I could. I took a step to the right, rushed forward. I took the step to the right out of instinct, and I let the ball pass. Even if I tried to hit the ball, it would never go in. From behind me, I heard her hitting the ball. Good job. Before I could finish my thought, I suddenly felt a shock of numbness from the pain from the back of my head. I completely blacked out. I was in the infirmary when I woke up. It was already noon. I looked around. There was no one else in the room but the school nurse. Oh, Jimmy, what did you think was going to happen? Jimmy. So in other words, she hit him in the back of the head. What a nerd. This problem was so difficult. I stared at the test and it looked like Some ancient curse torturing my fragile mind. A small box of milk, chocolate milk, suddenly appeared on my desk. My favorite. I opened up and started drinking. It was delicious. Li Wen, what are you doing during the exam? Miss Yang pounded her fist suddenly on my desk. My eyes went wild. There was no test. No, Miss Yang. Not even my favorite drink, chocolate milk. I was lying in my own bed wearing the t-shirt I had put on for tennis last night. How did I fall asleep like this? Suddenly I remembered I had found some strange things on my door last night. I carefully opened the door and looked around. It was nothing. Was it all a dream? In any case, what time was it? I checked the clock on the wall. It was 9:10. I rushed to school as fast as possible. The second period had just begun. It was tennis class today. Our school was famous for emphasis on so-called quality education. That meant that unlike other schools, we had classes in stuff like tennis and art and so on. Even for the seniors students, so they could get some exercise and release some of the stress from schoolwork. Not many seniors enrolled in these classes, though. Everyone had bet their whole lives on the upcoming Gaokao, the National Higher Examination. Gaokao is what? Oh my god. Yeah, I don't really care about that enough to read that. However, I had no idea what I wanted to do in the future, nor what major I would be interested in. I suppose I would just go with the flow. I carried my tennis racket under my arms and ran to the tennis court. Usually I would do some hitting practice during class, but today I was here with a purpose. Last time I had accidentally hit that knucklehead Rocky from class 3 when I had been practicing my serve. He insisted that I had done it on purpose and challenged me to a match to settle the score. What kind of obsessive, obnoxious man was this? Well, today was the day of our duel. I had agreed to his proposal with 30 boxes of chocolate milk as the wager. My favorite. We would play doubles match for one set, and I got to pick a partner for the opponent. What the fuck? Why would you play doubles if you wanted to play him one-on-one? I pick... we could pick partner for the opponent. Wang Quang was Rocky's partner first. He's probably the weakest out of all the people present today. My darling chocolate milk. Here I come. Rocky pointed to someone behind me. You're partnered with him then. I turned around. I saw someone who was looking petrified. Someone who I had never even met. The stranger introduced him as Jimmy. He said he had transferred from Hong Kong today. Transfer student in the last semester of senior year from Hong Kong, no less? That was peculiar. Never mind. I need to win my chocolate milk. He had enrolled in the class and he could be good. Maybe this would be my lucky day. Just one game later, I realized I'd been kidding myself. That sneaky Rocky, he must have known the guy didn't know how to play at all. Wang Quang might be a 2.0, but that would make Jimmy a 0.2. He barely even knew how to hold the racket. No matter, my precious chocolate milk would have to do it alone. Half an hour later, we were at a tiebreaker. Score was 7-8, their match point. If I could win this next point, I still had a chance. Otherwise, I would have to go buy chocolate milk myself at 7-Eleven. I was standing on the right side of the back. My hat was soaking wet, and the sweat was dripping down my ponytail onto my shirt. Jimmy was standing on the left side of the net. I could see he was sweating through the back of his t-shirt, too. Here came the ball. It was aimed at the center of the back court to my left. There's too many directions in this, dude. It's confusing, especially all in text. They should have it like visually, man. It should be visually like people showing up, like in those One Piece episodes where they show you all the different levels. I was aimed at the center back of the court and I squeezed my hand racket. Suddenly twist my ankle. I suddenly twisted my ankle. I fell to the ground and completely mishit the ball. Even worse, it went straight to the back of Jimmy's head. Jimmy fainted. Oh no, did I give him a concussion? But I clearly remember he was standing much further to the left, wasn't he? Doofus. Start! It's too many lefts and rights and izquierdas. Now is that izquierda or derechas? Do you ever see that episode of King of the Hill? So is izquierda or is it derechas? Okay. I was standing on the right side at the back. Jimmy was standing on the left side. He was flying toward my right side. It was aimed at the center of the backcourt to my left. I squeezed my hand. I took a step to the right. Swing. I rush forward. Is that gonna work? She's gonna twist her ankle. I swung my racket with my eyes closed. The ball flew over the baseline. It was out. Did I overestimate myself? The match was over. Two. Bad. Good job, Jimmy. I took a step to the right and I swing. I rush forward. Okay. So she needs to rush forward and swing. And he needs to take a Even worse, the ball went straight to the back of Jimmy's head. He passed out. Oh no, did I give him a cushion? He was standing on the left much further. Okay. The ball flew past me. I expected her hitting the ball, but I heard nothing. I turned around, saw her sitting on the ground, hunched over. Did she just get hit by the ball? I suppose someone would take... Wish someone could be me. Teacher walked over. You take her to the infirmary. Wait, was he speaking to me? Oh my gosh, the goddess of fortune must have heard my wish. I lost my racket, and for some reason my stomach started hurting. Was it because I didn't have time for breakfast this morning? I think I was too exhausted and fell asleep. This is not the good ending, right? Ha! He got an A rank, but she got a bad. That's funny. Retry. Can I do it like that? Oh my god. So you can do it like that too, right? So I need him to win, and she's gotta. And she's gotta. Oh, what the fuck? He's gotta step to the right and rush forward and twist his ankle, and she's gotta swing. Right side. Okay, I was standing on the right side back. The ball was coming. It was flying towards my right side. Jimmy was standing on the left side. Okay, so it was going to the right. So he needs to twist his ankle. She needs to take a step to the right, rush forward, and swing. So he got a rank A. What the fuck? If he twists his ankle, he gets an A. If he fucking twists his ankle, he gets a rank A. What a doofus, dude. Okay, so what happens if he... Okay, that's... Why would he swing and then rush forward and then take a step to the right? That didn't even make sense. She hit the ball, it didn't go over the net. The match was over, we lost. She had done her best. This is my fault for sucking too much. Wish I hit it harder. 7-9, we lost. What a fucking dickhole. So she need to rush forward and swing and then take a right? How's that gonna change anything? I took a swing, but I almost tripped. I take another step, kiss the baseline, compressed. Okay, cool. Bounced up. Then it was stuck in the wire fence to the court. Yay, match point saved. Rocky was a sneaky bastard. With Jimmy barely able to move, he was aiming every ball at him. Jimmy was getting out of the way. Even with the twisted ankle, we were coordinating surprisingly well. And after a while, Wang Quang was left standing there too. The game had become a singles match between Rocky and me. Jimmy was a lucky charm. Maybe because we eventually won the game 15-13. What a great partner. I had won my chocolate milk, hooray! I fell to the ground. My ankle hurt like hell. Fortunately, we still won the point thanks to her. Our opponents were hitting the ball towards me exclusively, but Li Wen was too good. We eventually won. What an idiot. More importantly, she ran over and high-fived me. This game doesn't teach you the right lessons, dude. This guy can't be successful, dude. If you're gonna be stalking a girl and writing her creepy letters, you have to fail and realize the error of your ways. You can't let them succeed, because that teaches them the wrong lessons. I wasn't just daydreaming about this. She really did give me a high five. What a loser. Her see, look at, he's still creepy, dude. Her hand felt so warm. I would never forget that moment. Lord. The correct answer was to have him twist his ankle and get the fuck out of the way. That's fucking hilarious. We have new mail, but we gotta go take care of, 20,000 pesos. My name is Carlos. I'm 18 years old. It was a big day because I was finally gonna leave Mexico. Uncle Depp, who had always helped out at the orphanage, and Auntie Benita, who was a matron of our orphanage, used to tell me that if I ever wanted to go to a foreign country, I would need a passport first. And then I would need a visa. Finally, I could go to the airport and buy a ticket. I could fly wherever I wanted to go. I had to get my passport, so apparently going to Hong Kong didn't require a visa. All I needed was a plane ticket. Uncle Depp and I headed out early, before the sun even came out. He had been driving me through the mountains for 6 hours to get to the international airport. Then he stuffed a couple warm burritos. Burritos? Wrapped up in paper into my backpack before I said goodbye. I didn't know when I would ever see him again. I already missed him. I walked to the airport and I couldn't help slowing down in admiration. The place was so big. No wonder the tickets were so expensive. I needed to ask somebody to tell me where I could buy a ticket. I bumped into another man. 3 boxes he was carrying fell to the ground. I helped him pick up the boxes and stack them. I hope nothing inside got broken. The man was wearing a pair of glasses with golden frames. He seemed like a nice person. He took the boxes out of my hand. He was not mad at all. He just nodded and walked away. He was really nice. Even though there were signs for the airport, I couldn't read many of them. I walked around twice before I found the ticket counters. The ticket cost over 10,000 pesos, just like Uncle Depp had told me. I had all my savings with me, including the money my parents and my sister had left me, as well as what I earned doing part-time jobs. It was only a little over 20,000 pesos altogether. However, something terrible happened. I couldn't find my wallet. I clearly remembered checking to make sure I had it when I left. Maybe I had dropped it on Uncle Depp's car. I ran outside the airport. I saw the man who I bumped in earlier. He was wandering around with those 3 boxes. Was he lost? I didn't have time to worry about him. I had to go check to see if Uncle Depp had already left. I couldn't find him anywhere outside the airport. He probably headed back. I walked towards the mountains on the long road that we had arrived. I had my backpack on, feeling awful. It wasn't a popular road. It was already too late. There was no other cars in sight. I hoped I could get a ride tomorrow morning. Lord, why was I so unlucky? What is Mexico? It's a big country in the west. Do we live in the east? No, of course not. We don't live in the worlds. There's nowhere. Earth is a round place. East or west is all relative. Relative? You're not making any sense. Do you mean people in Mexico would say that their country is in the west too? Were they from China? I feel a strange closeness when I think of China. Mexico feels more distant to me. Why is that? Yes, more people write to us from China, maybe. I hear that Chinese people are all over the earth. There are a lot of them in every country. Really? So this letter written in Chinese too? As well as the earlier ones? Because they all look the same to me. Oh no, this is our language. In fact, the people who wrote to us came from many different countries. They would use different languages. Once we receive them, they're automatically translated into a language we can understand. Wow, being a god is so convenient. Carlos. Alright, let's go see. This is Cheng Yong-min. I graduated from the Korean Police Academy. I'm 23 years old. My first day reporting to Busan Police Precinct. I didn't realize I had overslept until my Sir Spotty alarm clock had gone off for the 10th time. I jumped out of bed, slipped in my pants and shirt, and rushed out the door with a coat in my hand. I even knocked over my neighbor's flowers by accident. Sorry! I'll clean it up later. I'm running late. Still, I was 45 minutes late when I got to the station. Captain was silent behind the desk. He squeezed the kids these days out of his mouth, and then he seemed to lose any energy of interest to speak. Then I transferred over to the archives. How could I have overslept on my first day? Please, Buddha, please help me fix this. Becoming a member of the Criminal Investigation Department has been my dream since childhood. I don't want to go to the archives. Criminal investigation is where the police try to solve cases and catch bad guys. Cheng Yong-min. How are these two going to fucking... So... What? Okay, so if I don't have him bump it into... That's going to solve the problem? Making it so that he doesn't bump into somebody and that the other guy does? I'd always rate instincts, haha. Including the money in the pair of sisters. Okay, yeah. And then I didn't run into the guy. I was gonna say I did. I hoped I'd be able to get back something. 3 hours later, a booming noise, airplane took off. Something suddenly pushing me into. I could see Mexico City becoming smaller and smaller outside the window. The orphanage at Monte Tecloc had turned into a small white dot. Yeah, you change people's fates in this game by like altering the things that happen. So earlier in the game, sorry Ultima, you just popped in, but earlier in this game there was a guy who was trying to kill himself, and then he made sure to go lock his door so that nobody could come in. And then there was a girl who was like running from a stalker. And so what happens, you change the lock to the other side so that he didn't lock his door. And while she was running away, she opened the door and came into his room. And then they ended up like almost dying together, but not dying. It's weird, dude. This one, and you walked in right as I was playing tennis. And it was like, I was trying to like solve the tennis match. It was like a tennis match between two people. You had to win the tennis match. But you could, like, if you, depending on who you had to hit the ball and what direction they went to, it would not work out for you. Oh, no. I checked my wallet again. There's only a little bit. From now on, I must be careful. What's peso? Peso is currently, that is a common in countries from former regions of Spanish colonies. Most widely circulated right now is the Mexican peso, coded MXN. In addition, there are Cuban pesos and Philippine pesos. Since the Mexican peso is not considered a world currency, in some regions around the world it has to be exchanged to US dollar before exchange to a country of a third country. Great. I heard everything expensive in Hong Kong. I must save up before I find Alicia. Alicia, my sister, I'm coming to find you. The Lord will bless us. I heard the woman screaming in the crowd. Stop him, he's got my purse! I looked down, a man I had bumped into was holding a woman's purse. See, I didn't run into this guy earlier. Now all of a sudden I run into somebody and he's like stealing somebody's purse. He actually tried to push me away. As a policeman defending justice, how could I let a criminal escape the judgment of the law? I grabbed his collar. Take this. I took the bastard to the police station. And I ended up late, of course, but the captain let me off the hook for stopping the robber. Captain Gong glanced at the bloodstains on my shirt. He gave me a faint smile and asked me if I wanted to become a police officer. I stood up straight, put my hands behind my back, held my head up high, and replied firmly,
위해서.
to defend justice. The captain scratched his balding head and smiled. Go ahead, report to you. Okay, so now he doesn't... I had heard so many rumors about Unit 4. See? Yay! So from changing one guy bumping into another guy, all of a sudden I saved this guy's life. Ding ding! I got more mails. So I'm a god, and
说
apparently
谎，时间可以重来。
I'm a god, and
Porque siempre me pasa esto.
내 탓이야. 바보같이.
so I needed to go. Okay, so look, there's Jimmy Wang Tang. Zhao Wen Zhaoren. This is the guy who tried to kill himself. And this is the one, this girl, she plays tennis, and this is the stalker. He's like in love with her, but stupid. Anyways, let's see what her problem is now. Strange teacher. Oh. The last class of the day was art. I pushed open the door to the classroom. I was shocked by what I saw. What was happening? The room that usually had a dozen people in it was now almost full. It was like a scene from the beach in the middle of summer. There wouldn't be enough easels for everyone. Just when I was wondering whether I should leave or go study, I saw Jing wave me. Why are there so many people today? I sat down at the seat Jing had saved for me. You really don't know anything, do you? Miss Liu is on her maternity leave, so we have a new substitute. Somebody saw him earlier in the office and posted his picture on the school BBS. He looks so handsome. I looked around, and then I realized that all the newcomers were girls. Okay, and then watch, this art teacher is going to be the guy that tried to kill himself. It's going to be, was Rocky here? What was a boy doing here? I looked at my phone. I took my phone out and tried to log into BBS. I found myself unknowing, imagining how the new handsome teacher would look. Well-made pink shirt, rolled-up sleeves, unbuttoned, top buttoned, unbuttoned, pale and flawless skin, impeccable face. Why is she getting all hot for a teacher, dude? The front door was slowly pushed open. Everyone's staring at him. The teacher walked into the podium and softly wrote down his name on the blackboard. Wen Zhao, I told you, it's the guy who tried to kill himself. I'll be teaching the class for seniors today. I looked him up and down and noticed Mr. Ren was wearing flip-flops to the class. His ensemble also included casual pants, leg rolled up, gray t-shirt, and wrinkled jacket. Not just that, his chin suggested that he hadn't shaved for days. I turned to my side and whispered Jing, how is this old man handsome? I looked up and realized the teacher was staring right at me. Oh no, he must have heard me. Suddenly, Rocky raised his hand and asked, Mr. Ren, how old are you? Do you have a girlfriend? Everyone was staring at the teacher even more intensely. Thank you, Rocky, for getting me out of trouble. Took off his jacket, laid it at the back. 35! Girls immediately whispered to each other. His response had certainly intrigued everyone even more. They took a banana-shaped statue out of people with easel print. Class was going to be over soon. Near the end of class, Mr. Ren said he would like to pick an assistant from class, anybody who were interested. However, he would need to check his or her own. Tore the paper in two halves. What? Jaden was sobbing. Are you serious? Did you seriously draw something like this? I will not tolerate this kind of thing in my class. We were just some regular high school student. We're not an art school. Are you serious? We tried to stop him, but it was too late. Rocky punched Mr. Red in the face. Mr. Red didn't react despite having been hit by a student. He simply gave Rocky a glance and walked out the door without saying a word. Oh shit! Rocky, he was so self-righteous. Well, how was Rocky self-righteous when he challenged me to a duel in tennis? The only thing that was more important in his life might be his ball games. I bet if the bell had rang and the class had been over, he wouldn't have punched. After that, Mr. Ren never came back to class. He killed himself again. maybe somebody filed a complaint about him, or maybe I had always had a feeling that he didn't look like he wanted to be a teacher. The next art teacher was always dressed impeccably well. He was also incredibly dull. Stupid. Okay, let's start it. So now all we have to. Okay, so check Mr. Wen. Picture said he's torn in half. Rocky stood up from his seat. The class rang. Rocky stood from his seat. I stood from my seat too. Okay. Maybe that worked. Tore up my sketch. He even said to me, I will not. Necessary? You idiot. Bastard. I got a B. Let's retry that again. What happens if I stood up from my seat first? Why does it need to count down from 5? That's the stupidest part of this game right here. Mr. Red tore up Rocky's sketch and said, why don't you bring this to class next time so everybody can practice with it. Turn the praise for there. Seen a minute ago, he had been acting like the king of the world. What did you draw? He punched Mr. Red in the face. Okay. Skip this dude. So I can't have him. So what happens if the bell rings first? The bell rings and then he tears up the thing. And then Brock is like, see you later. I need to be able to skip this shit. Boring. Rocky picked up his basketball from under seat and walked out of the class. Other people were leaving as well. Nobody ever mentioned picking an assistant either. Until he dressed terribly. His temper was even worse. How could school hire such a person to be his teacher? Rank A. Fuck. So what happens if I switch it like this? That's rank A also? What if I stand up first? Rank A? Well, what can I do to rank? That's S2? How do I rank S it though? What happens if he tears mine up? No. Weird. I guess we're done with that one. Why did it get an A? Why isn't that an S? Alright, we'll find out next time what happens to Carlos. Carlos! What a weird game.